Man, gatekeeping almost cost me my life, man. For real. And it's not even like it's been intentional. Where I'm just like, I ain't telling nobody. It's more of not using the gifts that I already have to say what I need to say because I know what I know. It's I've been looking at it backwards. I've been looking for my tribe in the wrong way. I've been doing it from a perspective of I gotta go looking for them. And then once I find them, I have to present myself, show myself, and then like I'm looking for a group to fit into with my skills and my talents. But I need to put myself out there as I am who I am. I know what I know. And as a 4-6, I will attract who needs me. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's people out there who needs me, who needs to hear what it is that I have to say. And for a long time, just because of life, I just felt like, I don't know, there was just subconscious programming, just running in the back of my head, just keeping me like from stepping out there. And then I've been working through it though. Been working through it for almost 2 years. But it's like I still been going through so much shit. And it's like, how and why am I still going through all of these things after everything that I've overcome? And it's because, there comes a point in time where after the healing, you got to do the rewiring. And it was in that previous wiring that, the nervous system that I'm moving away from no longer operate, got me was finding all different type of ways to hold me back from making that change, from just going ahead and just saying what it is. That shit almost destroyed me. For real, it did. Almost. That's how powerful, the subconscious programming be that be running in the background. Kicking the nigga ass for real. For real. Almost ended the nigga, but nah. It sound like I'm rambling, but the point that I'm trying to get to is I wasn't speaking on what it is that I know. Because in studying myself and learning what I've learned in my quest to understand shit, I learned a lot that I could teach the people. I could teach y'all and helping y'all in awakening and remembering why y'all came. I just know too much, Michael the librarian, that name came from somewhere. As a kid, I stayed in a library I loved. That was my favorite place as a kid. The library. Just sit in the library and read books. That's the life path 7 in me. I was all at an early age. Aliens, UFOs, astronomy, geology, archaeology, ancient Egypt, Central America, South America. It's interesting because all of those places is where, people wonder why these civilizations had what they had. That's because that's where a lot of the Atlanteans went after the fall. They went to Egypt, they went to Central America, and they went to South America as well. Oh, and through America, the indigenous people of America, the Native Americans are direct descendants. Just like the Irish people, direct descendants of Atlanteans. Or offshoot, the Bass people as well. And I just know a lot though. And I need to just get this information out. And so that's what I'm doing. I can't hold on to this shit no more. But I just know, but it's like the more I know, I think I know, please believe, the more I completely understand that I don't know shit. But I know enough that for sure I can be a guide to those who's trying to find their way. I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just a part of me was just scared. But then, life has forced my hand like, nah, nigga, you gotta, this the only way shit gonna get better. Is if I start putting this information out there. From a twofold, just from so many different aspects, because it's my passion for real. Like, I just asked just a complete stranger, like, what you know about this awareness system, what you know about that. Because I just be looking at people and could just tell, like, they don't like where they working at. So I be telling people in my day to day, but I have an opportunity on a larger scale to tell people about these things, and not only that, to help people apply it. So that way they can change their life. And it's an understanding that there's no one perfect system that's currently on the face of this planet. Like, everything that you read has some type of distortion to it. Now, there's varying levels of degrees of distortion, but it all has its distortion. But even with through the distortion, you can see enough. Because I have, and this is from Celtic astrology. The Druids, because the Druids were part of Atlantis. They had their tree astrology with the animal as well. My tree is a black alder, and my animal is the fox. Numerology, life path 7. I have been messing with the Tzolk'in, the Mayan Tzolk'in by Jose Orgreles, but I gotta dig a little deeper into that. I liked it because it puts you on the galactic frequency. He was heavy on the 13 moons. He taught the 13 moons, but so did the Druids too. The Celtic calendar has 13 moons. But I don't know about that one. Astrology, Vedic and tropical. human design, gene keys. And then just being open and listening, taking information from different, other schools of thought, from Islam, Christianity, from flat earth to, but that's not necessarily but, all of these different self-awareness tools or things that transmissions that were brought from different entities from other dimensions to help the evolution of mankind. Because there's a lot of different agendas that's being played out on this planet as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, before we gotta work our way up through this shit. You know what I'm saying? The ascension. Because there's a split coming. And they're saying there's gonna be a timeline where one is ascending to 5D and the other one is doing its own thing. And so the time is here, the time is now to make that choice in your own life to say, no, I'm moving on up to the east side. I finally got a piece of pie. At least I think that's what she's saying. I think that's the words. But yeah, man, like, no. But I was it's time to get this information out there. I've been playing around too long, and that's what's been causing issues in my life, just waiting to be perfect, or also been some undisciplined shit too. You know what I'm saying? Not grounding my shit properly and all that. But hopping in front of this camera is soothing. I appreciate y'all listening, because while you getting this information, you allow me to have an audience to speak to. And so cause they say these aliens is coming, not that they ain't coming, but they already been here. We already know that. But it's like, they all got their own agenda. Believe that. And so the best thing that you can do is just heal yourself. You know what I'm saying? And understand who you are. And get in alignment on why you chose to have this experience in the first place. Because it wasn't the program that we was told as kids. Sending us off to public schools and the church and all, whatever religious, out the gate, like, just forced. into a world that stripped us of being able to remember who and what we really are capable of, you know. But there's still artifacts around the face of the planet that are still standing, that are showing you what has come before. And it's time to get the real story of what has come before. Because the answers is out there. For real. The answers is out there. And it's enough for you to take what resonates with you, but resonates for you, and handle your business, and how you set yourself up to come and handle your business. You know. I like to say everybody has their own algorithm. Their own cheat code, you know. Follow your cheat code. The earlier you get to remembering what your code is, the easier life becomes for you. You know. As you get to work through it all, everybody, all the programming that was programmed into you from birth, you know, and you get to your own programming. You know, you gotta heal from it, because when you get to your programming don't look like what the world, what society deems your programming should be. It looks different, it looks strange, and it looks to them, oh no, you can't, you can't sustain this, you can't, oh yes you can. Yes you can. Yes you can. And it's, if everybody was doing what it is that they came to do synchronistically, we would not need any money, because I will, if I have car issues, I will synchronistically run into somebody who fixes cars, who's also in need of the service that I provide. See what I'm saying? So it'll be, I do this, you do that. That's how that goes if everybody is living according to their purpose. And so while I am posting knowledge, I'm also, you know, giving readings across that uses several of these different systems that work together with some congruency between all of them to show, like, okay, this is your purpose. This is to help you get into alignment on why you came here in the first place. And I appreciate you sitting here taking the time to listen. Stay in pursuit of the end of anything that keeps you from being your authentic self. To the next episode.